Hey, we are live. How's it going, everybody? All right, so I am starting Nightmare on Elm Street because we're going to be doing Nightmare on Elm Street on this channel for the next week. I've never done like a series or something like that. So you'll see like part one, and then we'll do a stream, and then try to do part two and throw in theories and such. All right, so if you start your movie now, you can watch it from right here now. I don't know, maybe we'll just do this for a little bit. I would like if we could watch it on the screen too. You know, it's like Freddy putting the knives together and everything. All right, bought the bundle. The bundle is $40 right now on iTunes. I always had it on DVD, but I never like put it together. Hey, what's up, Shaggy Blake? Of course, I'm ready for the new Scream in 2022. I only hope it was sooner. And those last TV seasons were bullshit. Like they did like MTV, and then they did like a really urban black one, but it should be good. Yeah. Shaggy bro. Oh, Spaggy. Oh, okay. So yeah, the channel even it started off with like, doing commentary and you know, talking along with it. But I like the full picture with it, but then you get blocked if you're doing a live stream that way. Yeah, I don't even know who the killers were in the Scream TV series. I don't know. Cause I also checked out of pretty much Scream 3's pretty bad. Never even seen Scream 3 more than like 3 times. Scream 4 is legit. And I don't even know if they said it's gonna be Scream 5. It could be like Scream reboot. Or like Scream New Nightmare, where they have all the actors come back, or he's killing the people in real life. Yeah, of course I watched The Babysitter. I got a kill count of it up right now. Yeah, both of them. I actually did a double feature because that's the best way to watch The Babysitter. Yeah, Scream 3 was dumb as fuck. Wasn't that the voice change it made it sound like? Yeah, it's stupid. That technology doesn't exist. They did something where, they captured your voice and then all of a sudden you can imitate it like verbatim and say whatever you want. Like if the government had that shit, that would have been out there somewhere else. Like, or Apple or Windows would have invented it, not just the Scream Killer. Like he's a engineer or something like that. Of course, I like a Nightmare on Elm Street prequel. Like if there's an episode of that Nightmare on Elm Street, like Freddy's Nightmares, where they have his whole like trial, and I guess he gets arrested, and I don't know. We don't need too much of Freddy Krueger, like child molesting Freddy Krueger. That's just because was he a child molester or a child killer? I don't know, man. It's just gross to think about. Let's just like skip forward to him being a dream demon guy. That's how they fucked up in the sequel or the reboot. Dead Meat hated the baby after 1 and 2, but low key liked them. Yeah, I think he said he didn't like 1 or 2. Like they're too jokey, but they're pretty much comedies first, and then horror. But it's basically comedies with gore in it, which is slasher movies anyway. So I don't know. The Babysitter just remind me of a slasher movie, and yeah, I really digged it. Yeah, Scream 1 and 2 were the best. Scream 1, I love that fucking movie. Scream 1, I think it came out, I was in like almost elementary school, middle school. I saw that in movie theaters like 5 or 6 times. And it was back in the day when the movies would come out like 2 or 3 times before going to video or DVD. Yeah, the remake was trash, Byron. It's like the remake, they really delved into why Freddy was a child molester, or they question it like, was he a molester? Was he framed? Was he innocent? And, it was just gross. I remember even when that remake came out, man, I hated it because you just love the first one, like this. Nancy was friends with those other people, like it was just a couple of people at school that died for her in the remake, and you're like, who gives a shit? I had people die in my school too. I didn't care as much. If it's your friends, that's another thing. Rip my boy Randy. Sad he died in the second one. They might bring back Randy, man. I mean, it's been 20 something years and they brought him back in Scream 3 with the videotapes. Maybe he made another videotape or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Like you could do stuff even though people are dead. Like Saw, the motherfucker died in Saw 3 and they still have 5 sequels after that. Would you like the Walking Dead movie or stick with the TV? I would like a Walking Dead movie. Of course. I thought that's the whole point. That's why the main dude left. Like the main dude left and Rick left and he was only supposed to come back for like movies or they were going to do like side like Walking Dead 2-hour movies on AMC. And that would be legit, but I don't think since he left, I don't think he's ever came back. They never even hinted at it. Yeah, horror movies are the jam. The Purge, yeah, of course, The Purge. Oh, and Universal Studios, they had like when you're walking around in between the mazes, they have like Purge shit going on. And I was really that's what I miss about Halloween being canceled this year too, man. No Halloween horror nights at all. It's terrible. Yeah, Purge is awesome. The last one was cool too, and it was like Nazi themed almost. And that was supposed to be a prequel, so I don't know where they go from there. Maybe they just go, I don't know, Purge reboot or something. And the first one's almost like the worst one, like how Friday the 13th, like part two is really where it kicked off. So Purge is a pretty cool series. I hope they keep them coming. Nah, yeah, it's not even that scary. I don't know, man. I don't get scared by movies anyway. Like I just go, as long as I have a couple of good laughs, some good gore, I'm totally fine with it. Shit, there's scarier stuff like Gone Girl, like your wife missing and then they throw you in jail for it. That's what scares me. I'm not scared of no Purge. Just stay at home and have guns. That's all you need. And so right now they're in the Tina and Nancy are hanging out and they have that like um this is the night Tina gets killed. Love this part. Yeah, Purge is not scary. Uh Randy. Human Centipede, the weirdest shit ever. Yeah, that's a series I'm glad didn't go too far. Human Centipede was just weird. And Ask the Mouth. You better be the first person in the line. And I don't know. I think they did one where in jail, so they had like 100 people ask the mouth all the way down. Or you see the South Park episode they did Human Centipede. Oh, it was classic. So it was a cool little pop culture phenomenon thing for a little bit, but it wasn't so much my jam. But it's cool that like foreign horror movies are getting some love. Like Train to Busan, that got some love and it has a sequel and it's so cool because international horror movies are pretty cool too. The slashers like Friday the 13th and some of the Halloweens. Yeah, I plan on doing more of those movies especially in October. That's why this stream I'm going to try to do a Nightmare on Elm Street Kill Count Theory video tomorrow. And the time after that, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, until I run out of steam with that. But I invested in this Nightmare on Elm Street bundle for $40, so I'm gonna do videos about the whole thing. There's nothing else new coming out, man. COVID. Yeah, Friday the 13th and the Halloweens are great. They said they're supposed to be making more Friday the 13th as well, but that fucking lawsuit, man. Yeah, like part 1 and 2 was legit of Halloween. Part 3, Season of the Witch, was bullshit. 4 was dope as fuck. 5 was weak. 6 was like the first one I saw in theaters. So I don't know. I love part 6. I love Curse of Michael Myers. Then what came after 6? Then H2O was pretty dope. Yeah. So I don't know. I have love for the Halloween series. So probably like 1, 2, 4. H2O is still good. I don't know about the zombies ones. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. You don't need Michael Myers' backstory, dude. Like he was white trash and all that. It's supposed to be like he could have been anybody. Like, hey man, we tried to raise our kid good. He just ended up being like killer crazy or something. Like the evil got to him. If you're white trash and they treated you bad, it just seems like it was more of a choice. I think Michael Myers is supposed to be like something is driving him to be evil. That's when he becomes the shape. Now the lawsuit. Nah, I don't know. I haven't heard an update. This channel Slashing Cast. They do a lot of updates about the Friday 13th lawsuit, but I haven't heard any news of that. LeBron James was supposed to make a Friday the 13th movie. Isn't that crazy? Or at least put up the money for it. Yeah. H2O in 2018 is pretty good. I think this new trilogy, man, the Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends is gonna be the trilogy from now on. Because it's like Halloween 1 and 2 were cool, but then Season of the Witch fucked it all up. Like they haven't had like 3 consecutive good ones. They always have a good one and then a bad one, then a good one, then a bad one. It's very rare even some of these slashers have like 3 straight good ones, you know? Like Nightmare on Elm Street had 1 was a banger, 2 was a banger, 3 was a banger, 4 was still cool. But yeah, and then it really started to slip after that, but 5 was garbage. Did you know there's a Friday? Yeah, of course there's a Friday the 13th remake. I remember seeing that in theaters too. It's still like 10 years old. Yeah, why don't they have a sequel to that one? They had a lot of boobs, a lot of cool deaths, and the characters were funny. I loved the remake. And it did well with fans. I think man, the lawsuit didn't even come up until about like what 2 years ago. That's when they stopped with the Friday the 13th game stuff. And you know what, Techno? Hellraiser is getting a remake. I've heard that for like 3 years now, but it's gonna be a HBO series. So I don't know, like maybe every season, someone opens the box and Pinhead comes down. I've never even seen Hellraiser. I've seen it, but only like the last 2 years. I really avoided it pretty much up until then. Like I saw Hellraiser Bloodlines in the theaters. That was the last one to come out in theaters. I was really young. And then there was like the prequel to how they got the box, but and then I saw just recently after I got to Shudder, so Hellraiser 1's on there. It seems like it's gonna be on there for a long time. Yeah, Friday the 13th remake. Yeah, that's the second favorite in the franchise. Ooh, man, that's tough, Byron. That's tough. I think you gotta go Jason Lives and Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And part 2's a fucking banger too, man. Part 2 is awesome. And I would say probably Friday the 13th remakes probably behind those a little bit just for probably nostalgia, but the remake's already about 11 years old, so that's nostalgia already. I love to see 2009 Jason Voorhees fight. Yeah, man, because Jason fought Freddy, but it's sort of like they have to be on the same grounds because Jason and Freddy, it's like Jason's strong as shit and Michael's strong as shit. But, I think Michael's probably the new Michael. He was hitting the weights back in in the Halloween Kills Halloween universe. But I don't know. I think probably Jason would win. Or it depends, man. Like Baghead Jason versus Halloween Kills Michael. That could be something. Or Chucky versus one of them. It was low key sad that he turned on Cole and the babysitter, but then it's like Phoebe Bear from yeah. It was the babysitter was cool, and it was weird that Samara Weaving wasn't in it until the very end, but it was cool that she like came back. And I heard she might even be in the new Scream movie because it's by the Ready or Not directors, and they have a close relationship. I might put her in a new movie. So yeah, Samara Weaving's great, man. She's hot and she's doing stuff. She was on the Bill and Ted movie. So she's like the modern day scream queen right now. So I hope she doesn't like leave the genre and go off and do uh other things or drama. Cause she was even in Ash versus Evil Dead. That's the first time I saw her. Derek Myers is the most intimidating Jason. Which movie was the Derek Myers one, man? I'm not so familiar with the Jason actors. All I know, I know them when they die. I know the part two one died. Yes, yes, that yeah, Blake. I saw Ready or Not. I have a kill count about Ready or Not. I loved that movie when it came out. Ready or Not is supposed to get a sequel as well. That's gotta be pretty dope. Oh, here I'm not even paying attention to the movie right now, but this is Freddy killing Tina. Pretty dope. I think Freddy knew Tina too, right? Because he was the janitor. She probably remembers her, and I guess he was going after her because she was probably the cutest. But you don't want to think about Freddy knowing her as a little kid too. Yeah, Leatherface versus Chucky versus Michael versus. That's a whole battle royale of slashers. I find the Chucky or Child's Play moves funny than scary. Yeah, yeah, the Child's Plays were one and two were pretty good. Three was more comedic. But then they went Bride of Chucky. He's smoking pot, and you know they went real comedy with it. And that was the same director as Freddy versus Jason. So yeah, we never seen that same director, Ronnie Yu, since that. But yeah, they went really too silly with him. I don't like Chucky when he's too silly. Like make a pun, like presto, you're dead and shit. That makes me laugh because that's good gore and a good pun. But when he's making too many jokes, I'm not about it. Oh, Samara Weaving in a Halloween movie. Would you like to see that? Hell yeah, I would like to see that. Maybe she'll be in the next one. I mean, she's in everything nowadays. I would put buy them to put her in there. Get some of that Ready or Not juice in there. With the cold and curse of yeah. You know what? I liked Curse. I put that on for my family. Everybody in the family liked watching Curse because it felt old school and it was a secluded mansion. But Colt really like, oh man, they cut off his head and put it in a safe, and there's multiple Chuckies. And anytime Chucky's like smoking weed and broing down, and he's broing down, it was cool that Andy was back in the mix. But I don't know. They could. It sounds better on paper than it was executed. So I really pretty much dig the remake, man. I really hope they go like because there's a Chucky TV series with the Brad Dorff being the Chucky, and then there's this Mark Hamilton Child's Play remake that's going around. So I hope we get more of the Mark Hamilton Chucky. And I hope the TV series is good too. So I don't know. They could both exist in the same universe, the Chuckyverse. All right. Would you like to see Allison from the Halloween franchise have a standalone like Joker? Yeah, but would she have to be in a movie? It has to be about Michael somehow, right? Like Allison, she was holding the butcher knife at the end of Halloween 2018. So you go, is she gonna? She's probably gonna ditch those people, like ditch her mom and grandma and go on the offensive and go actually chase down Michael Myers, right? Because yeah, she was full of blood with her. Michael just killed her father, so she has some payback to get to. All right, so right now that's after Tina got killed. Nancy. I wish I could just show the picture. Maybe it could be like a picture of picture so you can see what I'm seeing. Or maybe I'll put a mirror in the background so you can sort of see it, right? Take the mirror that's on my ceiling and put it behind there. Michael Myers versus remake Jason would be badass. Of course it would, man. Like, I don't know. I would like to see him in anything. Like, who could live better? Who could kill the most people? Because Freddy versus Jason, man, Jason got all the kills, and Freddy only got about what 2 kills in that movie. He killed the redhead guy, red hair guy, and who else did he kill? No, I think that's pretty much it. He might just only got 1 kill in that. Jason got everything. But Michael Myers and kills is supposed to be brutal. Like the firefighters probably come through, kills the firefighters, and just goes on a rampage. And John Carpenter says it's gonna be a bloodier, higher body count and everything. So looking forward to that. Oh, you mean after Halloween ends, right? Maybe Allison could be like an Ash. Like, all right, now Allison versus somebody else, right? Now she's messing with Freddy Krueger, and that's how they sort of uh put it put the pieces together. But I think Halloween ends is ain't really gonna end. They're never gonna kill Michael. I think there's something in the that producer, whoever what is his name? Mustafa something. Mustafa Akkad. I think he's like, all right, you can make a Michael Myers movie, but you can't kill him. But they fucked him up in Halloween 2018. The fool he only got 3 fingers left, right? What do you do with 3 fingers? I think they did that because you could still drive a car, you can still shift. You don't really need those two. If you're missing these three, that's you know you probably can't do much. Yeah, see, Glenn's on the run. Man, dude, don't you wear shoes? Why do you still have no shoes? He ran out the house that much. He shouldn't have even stuck around Springwood, man. That fool should have went to Mexico or something, right? Like if Freddy's chasing you in the dream world, and I think even if Freddy's dead, they're like, if you're out of Springwood, he can't get you no more. Or he need his daughter to go like jump cities or something like that. So at least give that a shot, man. Hop in a car and see if he could go like international borders and shit. Oh, that's cool. Lynn Shay's in this movie. I didn't realize Lynn Shay was in Nightmare on Elm Street until probably like 2 years ago or something, man. She's so young here too. Hey, what's up, JD or GD? I want a Candyman versus the Crooked Man from The Conjuring. That would be cool. I want Candyman everything, man. It should be Candyman versus somebody, Candyman meets Frankenstein. I don't care. Like more Candyman. That really kicked me in the dick when they first they took Halloween Kills away from us. Then they put Candyman in its place, but now Candyman is actually being delayed. I hope they just surprise drop that movie like a Beyonce album, right? Like just in October, we'll just get a new Candyman movie. Just drop it. Because what? The shit was originally supposed to come out in June. What female horror character could Allison fight? Oh man, that's a good one. And a female too, like female versus female. Hmm. The Glenn Close from Fatal Attraction, Misery. The Nun, Ma. Right? Ma could have been alive too, man. She just burned up in that house. My jaw stays falling. I didn't want to put a hole in my wall, but I wanted to put that up yet. I'm trying to put a frame for it. But and I have a Nightmare on Elm Street poster. That would have been perfect to put that up for this. Shit. I've made for Nightmare on Elm Street 2 stream, or I'll do something else with it. But yeah, just painted my walls too, and I don't want to put holes in it right away. Yeah, so yeah, that would be cool. Elsa could be like Ash and just go after all the horror movie icons. What's up, Alex? Hey, Home Depot. Yeah, I'll get one, motherfucker. Fucking Alex, dude. Yeah, I'll get a poster board. They're cheap, man. $4 or something. I love Halloween 18 Michael, but part 6 Jason would be so much. Yeah, man, because part 6 Jason, he had like a utility belt. That was fucking cool, man. Like he had knives in there. He was like, you saw so much more to his game. He used the spear. He used the whole that like by part 6, he was using so much like unique weapons and everything. I think part 6 Jason could fuck with almost everybody. And Michael was like super, super strong in part 6 too. So that would be a good fight. You'd still root for Michael? Yeah, of course. But Michael's like the flavor of the year and everything so far. So I don't know, man. I saw like both. But in versus movies, they don't really have winners. They sort of end on a draw. Because how did Freddy versus Jason end? He grabbed his head and he winked. So you go like maybe Jason won because he got the final. Like he was still in one piece, but Freddy was still winking and pulling the strings. I'll bring you some Hercules hooks. Oh, cool. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, yeah. Alex has a live stream too. He's in a metal band. Pretty dope, dude. Or metal punk band. The guy's in about 20 different bands. Where did Jason stop running? Oh, Jason stopped running after, let's see, part 2 he was running. Part 3 he was still running. Think by after part 4 that was supposed to be his death, and then yeah, part 6 it was zombie Jason from there on. So only walked after part 6. But yeah, he was pretty spry in part 2, but I think not until he got the machete inside his face in final chapter that's when he stopped. How pissed would Elson be if Samara from the ring tried to mess with her? Yeah, man, The Ring. I don't know. I wasn't that much of a fan. I still haven't watched that Ring or Rings. I don't know. It just I heard really bad things about it. Now he's just Creeper Jason. Yeah. Well, that's like Creeper Freddy, man. Creeper Freddy, Creeper Jason. Well, because Jason, it went from Baghead Jason, and then he went Hockey Max Jason, and then he rocked the bald head because he had like, hillbilly hair and overalls. He changed his look a couple of times. Like you can even rank just the different looks, but yeah, I would say part 6 Jason's the most deadliest Jason because fool had a Batman utility belt. Who knows what he had in that belt? Yeah, Ash Williams killing every slasher and every horror character. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? I forgot to say what's up to you too. So Nancy visits Rob in jail. Rob, like nowadays, I think if Rob had a cell phone, you could probably prove your innocence better. Cause that's scary too, man. Freddy kills your girlfriend, and then of course, you're gonna get the blame for it. Cause who the else is there? Or I think Rob was pretty broke too. Or you don't make bail for killing somebody like that. Or maybe they set bail at like $1 million for him or whatever. But he's still in his regular ass getup. They even put him in the orange jumpsuit yet. So he's still waiting for his bail hearing, I guess. Creeper Freddy was disturbing. Pedo Freddy, no good. I don't like to think of Freddy as a pedo. I was like, okay, he's a child murderer. Just don't touch kids. You can murder him, but don't touch him. Yeah, that's how they messed up in the remake. Like, they really leaned into him being a pedo. Like, stop it, dude. So was can we get Karen, MBS, Allison, like action figures? Maybe. Dude, they're gonna promote everything with it. I saw Jamie Lee Curtis has her own action figure for Halloween now. So, an old lady action figure, her Activia Days action figure, right? Read my comment, bro. Bro, remember I watched your Friday the 13th commentaries. Y'all got hype with it. Yeah, dude, that was even before, man. Wow, you've been around a while because we had the commentaries with like the lake scene, like Friday the 13th part 4. There's so much nudity in there, but I had to put them as unlisted, dude. You can't have like nudity on your channel at all and have ads. Even though I did, dude, I put them just for 18 and it still doesn't matter because they're like anything on your channel. It has to be all or nothing. I go, that's stupid. Why can't it be like, Cinemax and Cinemax After Dark, or just make it like you can only watch them late at night, or I don't know, man. YouTube's got to like clean it up. But yeah, I miss doing those commentaries like that. I just did one with Christina too, my girl. Friday the 13th part 3, but it's a lot of work to do them and you don't get any ad money or anything, but they're just really fun to do. Hey, thanks Ashy Slashy. Love your name too, dude. That's great. We need also John Kramer figure, more ultimate. Yeah, John Kramer's well, do you go like Billy the Puppet? You don't go like old man action figure. Action figure should be about action. Like they can move and fight and jump, or but I think horror movie stuff it's just for a bunch of grown men who don't actually play with them anyway. It chapter 2 go crazy the first 5 minutes. I saw these homophobes beat the shit out of those. Oh yeah, dude. That was raw. And that was in the book. But in the book, it was supposed to be a whole trial. Like they were supposed to throw the gay guy off the bridge, and then it's like the clown made him do it, and there was a whole trial for it. And I thought they were going to lean into that because I actually read that part in that book, but they didn't do it that way. But it's pretty raw. People didn't like it chapter 2 as much, but I don't know, man. I dug it. It's probably not as good as 1, but still pretty legit. Are you gonna buy the new Friday? No, man, I'm not buying the new Friday the 13th box set for pictures or something. I got that shit off of iTunes for $13. Part 1 through 8 was $13, and then like a couple others are they're $5, or there's a slasher. I so I don't have the other ones, but maybe I'll get them someday. Or they'll be on TV too in a little bit. Do you think Michael could outsmart Jigsaw and the pig faces? Maybe. Or right, if Michael is in one of Jigsaw's traps. I don't know, man, because Jigsaw's like very reality based, and I think Michael Myers is too. So I don't know, but Michael's too strong. Like that, if you put a I don't think you could drug Michael and put him under and put a bear trap on him. But I think if he did, he could just be like, brah, rip that shit off. So I don't know. I think Michael would outsmart Jigsaw because Jigsaw would just be like, "Holy shit, this dude's strong as shit." I didn't see that coming. See, Michael's not he's not dumb either. He's very aware. He's very like ninja. He's almost like Batman. You don't know when he lurks in shadows and he knows exactly where to pounce and to go come and go without being seen. I got the 18-inch McFarlane Freddy from the 90s. Oh, dope, dude. I would like to see that. Was like a collector's item, 18 inches too. That's pretty big. That's not even an action figure. That's a full doll at that point. I think action figures stop at like uh 8 inches or something like that, right? Like that that's kind of messed up that they that's kind of messed up. They just went up to him. They was minding their own business. Yeah, dude, that's right. Just minding their own business. That's every horror movie, right? Two kids at the lake just trying to get on, right? And Freddy or Jason or someone's got to ruin their fun. But that's all the fun of watching these movies. Yeah, yeah, Jigsaw's pretty genius. He's an engineer, dude. He even figured out how to keep his shit going through the all the years. Even after he's dead, he had like a master plan. And he's supposed to be back. I don't know if they said that John Kramer is supposed to be back, but that Chris Rock Spyro movie is supposed to be like a Saw spinoff. Or he has so many accomplices and people that he was teaching and whatnot. So, what metal band do you think Michael Myers would listen to? I don't know what he listens to. He probably listens to oldies, right? Because he he was arrested as a little kid, so it's probably like shit he liked when he was a little kid in the 70s. So he might have liked the Beatles and shit, or like a lot of the hippie rock bands, right? Hey, he was annoying as fuck. Venom, Pantera. I don't know, man. Maybe he likes 80s metal. Maybe he just likes partying and having a good time because that's, in part 6 there was a lot of Alice Cooper in there, right? Maybe he likes 80s Alice Cooper. Oh, thanks, Nicholas. I love that one too, man. That was such a labor of love. The Return of the Living Dead kill count. Uh, Maybe do the whole series because Return of the Living Dead 1 is probably one of the favorites of all time, man. It's got to be like top 5 best horror movies for me. I love the punk rock music. Like I bought most of the albums I bought just because I heard that song off Return of the Living Dead. I just went, oh man, the Cramps. Oh, I remember Surfing Dead. Let me get that. And TSOL and 45 Grave and those bands. I just love that soundtrack too. Rat. Just round and round for Michael. I would say Alice Cooper, dude. It was in part 6. It was all in that movie. So, and he made that song for him too. And he was in a music video. There's a Alice Cooper music video. Freddie also had a music video too with the Fat Boys or something like that. And he's rapping. Oh, it's terrible. Watch that after this stream. It's terrible. Terrified 2 is going to be so brutal. Yeah, man, I didn't love Terrifier 1 as much as Dead Milkman. Yeah. Terrifier 2, I'm gonna check it out for sure. I hope they just improve upon it, like a larger budget, and I get what they were going with it, but It was a very low budget, and the gore and the girls were cute, and it was a pizza shop. I get it. I get why people like it, but it wasn't as fun for me, man. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, I like the jokes in it. I like a good balance between gore, fun, some scares, you know? Like Nightmare on Elm Street 1, that had the perfect balance of it. You ever see Stitches? The clown one, right? It was like a Gacy one. Oh, the original Fright Night? Yeah, of course, man. That's a that's one of the best horror comedies too, man. You gotta put that up there with Return of the Living Dead. I think Return of the Living Dead is probably the best horror comedy of all time too. You gotta put that up. But zombies all together, they get a lot of comedic movies about it, like Zombieland, Shaun of the Dead. They all kill it too. Saw 3 was the last good Saw movie. Yeah, man, because after he died, you went, what they go do? I don't know, man. I'm tempted. They have a Saw for $20, all 9 of them or something like that. I just like the deal of that. That sounds it's like 4 bucks for each movie. I'm down with that. That's a good you can just watch one every day of the week coming up till Halloween. But Saw 3 was pretty good. Phoebe and the babysitter gonna be. Oh, really? Is she gonna be in Scream 5? She's gonna be one of the new characters? That's pretty dope. I didn't hear that. I'm more excited about David Arquette's gonna be in it, Courtney Cox is in it, and then they announced Neve Campbell's gonna be in it. So, and I got a video all about that. Like Neve is actually, what is she gonna do? That would blow my mind if she's the killer. So she either kills or be killed because everybody else just wants the new batch of people to come and go. But then that's just making Scream 4, dude. You gotta come hard, man. It's been what 12 years since the last one, right? You gotta like the Star Wars movies, man. Like that first one after a long time. I knew Harrison Ford was gonna get killed because he's sort of over it. But you gotta kill one of the mainstays just to shock everybody and be like, oh shit, they could do anything in this movie. And I would say Courtney Cox is probably the bigger star out of David Arquette too. So they probably killed David Arquette. Or bring Randy back. Bring him back just to kill him again. Or I even made a video about Stu being alive. Stu could still be alive, man. They could do that Halloween 2018 thing where, they just sort of rewrite the ending. Because the original in Halloween 2018, they just went, yeah, he got shot, he fell off the balcony, and then he got arrested. So, there you go. They could just do that with Stu. Like, well, the TV fell on his face, and we took him to the hospital. We had to reconstruct his face a bit. You got some probably gnarly scars, and he lived though, right? Yeah, I'm totally down for that. I want them to bring Stu back. Hashtag bring Stu back. So the blonde chick from Scream 4, that new horror movie, is she dead? I don't know which one that is. Hayden Panettiere, right? Hayden Panettiere, right? Yeah. Klitschko's wife. I think she stopped acting after that. Like Klitschko dropped the baby in that, and now she's just raising probably his 6-foot baby in kindergarten or however old their kids are. But yeah, Hayden Panettiere is legit. She was good. They said she might come back too because I think her original plans were her to sort of live that stabbing in the gut. Jason in the 2009 remake was so smart. His traps, yeah. Jason started to use bear traps and hung that girl over the fire pit and everything, and threw an axe at that guy. That guy was legit. And he shot a bow and arrow at somebody driving a boat. Like that's some Olympic shit. That's what he does in the off season. Yeah, Jason '09 is a badass. Yeah, I agree. He's like yeah, the bow and arrow skills, his axe throwing skills. I mean, that's all he must do in the off season. But then they tried to explain like that's how he gets around too. He just uses a lot of tunnels and mazes, and that's sort of cool because everyone goes, "How does Jason catch you if he walks?" But he was running in this movie, at least in the very beginning. But they didn't have him run for the rest of it, or they could just did it Baghead the whole time. He was Baghead until he found the mask again, and then he was just Max Jason after that. They could have left that out, so we would have got a sequel already, but I don't know what's going on with that, man. LeBron James says he was going to make one, and I think a news article came out said they're going to make another one. So, oh, did you see the Robot Chicken where he fights Godzilla? Oh man, there's so much. Robot Chicken's so quick. It's sort of like, did you see Family Guy when they did something like Family Guy moves so quick? I don't know. I can't recall any of it. Oh dang, the great idea. Bring Stu back. Yeah, of course, man. Bring Stu. I would like Billy too, but he got shot in the head. But maybe like I don't know, some people live being shot in the head. I worked with a guy who got shot in the head. He lived. He was fucked up a bit, but yeah, he got shot right in the forehead. So that's sort of how do you live off that? But you know, the three from hell, all those people died in the Devil's Rejects. They all got shut up, and none of them are paralyzed or anything. So it's horror movie logic, man. You can bring back anybody, especially something like Stu, man. I could see how that could kill you too, like TV falling on your face. Like, you can't probably breathe, right? But nowadays, dude, TV's like I don't know. I could headbutt my TV. I'll probably hurt my head, but it's not gonna kill me. But back in the day, there were like big bold TVs, and it sparked and everything. But I still want it back though. Oh, 28 months later, yeah, 28 weeks later was pretty legit. But months, I think it's even been 10 years since that one. They could just do years. I don't know. 28 seasons, right? 4 seasons in a year. No, 7 something years. Yeah, Trick or Treat. I thought it was just an anthology movie, so they could do whatever they want with Trick or Treat. It's pretty much like Creep Show. Creep Show could be another thing they could do. Or I want a movie instead of the TV series, but the TV series is pretty legit too. Yeah, so this is just recipe John Saxon died too, man. Sucks for that guy. We're about how long into this movie? About 45 minutes in. When she's at the institution for sleep disorders. I don't even know that's a thing. They made that up. And she pulled something out of her dream. That's pretty cool. And that's how you find out Freddy's there. So I don't know, man. They should have believed her after that. And after all the other crazy shit that was happening. Like, how do you explain Tina's blood up on the ceiling, dude? How do you explain that? Stu should make a Halloween reference since that's what he was playing when the TV fell. Yeah, that's right. Because he was watching that the whole time. It's exactly when Jamie Lee Curtis was on the TV too. Would have fell on his face. And then, oh, it would be very cool if you had to tell Stu like a new Halloween movie came out. And it's like, motherfucker, they don't let us watch any of that shit. Right? Like that crazy Joker guy who shot the thing and's in jail. And now there's new Batman movies. Like, haha, you don't get to see any of that, you sick fan. Dr. Wynn versus Dr. Sartain. Who's more sick in the head? I don't know, man. Also had a video about who taught Michael Myers how to drive, right? Doesn't make any sense, but I think Sartain could have, right? I think but Sartain could have been an intern way back in the day, so maybe we could get a flashback of him actually giving him lessons. I would love that to no end, man. I just want to like little stuff that explains some of his backstory. Like I just said, I didn't care for the Jason Mine theme, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like, he probably can't teleport or anything like that, but yeah. I don't know. I just love movies that explain shit like that. But Doctor Wynn, man, I don't know. Then you bring up the whole Thorn storyline, like the cult of Thorn, and yeah, that was sort of stupid, and nobody liked that. So I don't know if they'll ever bring that up again. Yeah, so I got Nightmare on Elm Street Kill Count that will probably release tomorrow, and this is the first time I'm going to do like a series of it, like Nightmare One, Nightmare Two, Nightmare Three, Nightmare Four, and so forth. So yeah, get to subscribe and make sure you got the bells on because gonna be dropping those. Because I'm gonna throw a lot of theories in there too. So it's gonna be like kill count theories or kill theories. I don't know, whatever helps the best. Like Nightmare on Elm Street 2, was Jesse gay? What? All right, so Nancy's in the hospital right now, waking up. And do you really get gray hair if you got scared too much, right? You getting gray hair from that? I think you get gray hair from like stress from kids and shit. That's what I always heard, but I didn't know if you can get that like as a teenager. Or didn't Rogue have gray hair too? She got a lot of stress back in the X-Men days? She was supposed to be a kid too. Yeah, you get some trauma does that. I don't know, man. I don't got that much trauma, but I got some grays coming in or get some in my beard. Rogue 2 trauma. Why? What did Rogue do? Or remember, like Rogue in the X Men cartoon, man. I think like it was supposed to be she couldn't get close to anybody, or boys would try to kiss her, and she would like have the source suck out of their bodies and shit. Or there was an episode where Gambit like tried to make out with a sleeping rogue on a couch. And mind you, this is a cartoon show. This is Saturday morning cartoons. Gambit was such he was the sex offender of the X-Men for sure. But he did make out with like an unconscious rogue, and then now she has like Gambit powers. Can't wait to get grays on your balls. Alex, you got it already, dude. Come on now. I think that's the last part you get grays of. But yeah, and that's if pubes make a comeback. Or in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, it was supposed to be Nancy had a brother, but I guess they figured that was too stupid. Like she can't remember she had a brother that Freddy Krueger killed. Because I think they were always toting that line was like Freddy Krueger a child murderer or a child molester. So he molested or touched or I don't know. I like to think it was just murder. So, but it is a deleted scene where the mom explains that you had a brother and Freddy killed him. But I don't know, or just all their memories are just blank and they can't remember that actually Freddy was in their elementary school. Like I think I remember having an elementary school teacher and shit, or maybe it's like the trauma of being molested actually black out your memory and everything. But Freddy Krueger definitely had it coming. Would be down for a new nightmare type of movie, but for Michael Myers. Oh, like they bring back all the actors from the old ones. Like you have Josh Hartnett and who else would I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in one of those movies. I think you could do that more with the Scream movies. That's what the Scream 5 could be. You could just bring everybody back. But for Michael Myers, they're bringing so many people back for Halloween Kills. I think they're bringing back Tommy. And you don't know how they're bringing back Tommy. I think Tommy probably bought the Myers house. And he's crazy too. Like like Lori was, but he's just waiting in his house. You never know, man. Maybe they could explain like Tommy actually broke out Michael Myers or something. There's still there's a lot of twists and everything coming up in the new movie that's it's gonna be pretty cool. Or Johnny Depp came back to the series a couple of times. Oh no, just Freddy's Dead. Freddy's Dead. He made a cameo. And Nancy too. Nancy was just in part one, part three, and then New Nightmare. But yeah, she's way too old now, probably. But they could just probably remake it, or don't do a remake of the remake again. Like we've already seen that 2 times. Just jump forward to Warriors. Just remake Dream Warriors, dudes. That's it. If we get another Freddy Krueger movie, just do Dream Warriors. Because they were like hinting with that, like the New Mutants movie. It's like a psych ward, and they have like powers, and they're new mutants, and they could have just did Freddy Krueger movie instead. Just edit it out, edit in Freddy Krueger, dude, and it probably would have been a 10 times better movie. Are we getting any new Avengers movies anytime soon? I don't know, dude. I think the Avengers is sort of done for right now. I think Chris Hemsworth's still around, and I don't know. Captain America retired, or they recast him or throw some more money at him. But I don't know. Iron Man's not gonna do it no more. But then they bought Fox, so you could just throw in the X-Men in there. So that keep that floating. Because all the new Marvel movies don't sound that good to me. Yeah, you're getting into like the B and C level peoples, like the Falcon's getting his own movie and shit. Like, whatever. Or if it comes to Disney Plus, but you need to fuck with your main guys, man. Like DC's killing it. You got Joker movies, and they're gonna make a part 2 to Joker. That's gonna be cool. A lot more villains are getting movies. Like, there's so much more you could do that Marvel and Disney's probably not gonna fuck with. Dokken to do another music video. Dude, Dokken is in that there's a Never Sleep Again documentary. It's like a 10-hour documentary. They spend like an hour on each movie, and they talk about the Dawkins in there, and they said, man, I can't hit those Dream Warrior highs no more, dude. Or every time we do a live show, people chant like Dream Warriors. So maybe they could be like rappers. They just probably play like him singing the hook, right? Dream Warriors. Just maybe they sing the hook, or maybe they just play it over the speaker because he can't hit those notes no more. Yeah, Dream Warrior highs. Rogue will be introduced in the next Captain Marvel movie. Did they say that? And will it be Anna Paquin, or they're gonna do it again or something? I don't know. I didn't hear about that. They can mix that in too, man. They own so much shit now, like Alien versus Captain American. Why the fuck not? They have all these properties now. But I think they're so they micromanage all those directors, and they want to make sure you make a ton more movies. But shit, man, you could just do Alien versus everybody. Alien versus Hulk. Or Hulk ends up on alien planet. Aliens versus Thor. Predator versus Hulk. Predator versus Wolverine. Shit like that. Did I like It Follows? I've loved It Follows, man. I loved it. Like, you sleep with him, and I was really hoping It Follows could be a whole franchise. Like, I just love it. Like, what happens if you get on a plane? Will like the It Follows thing follow you onto another plane? You take a subway, does he get on the subway? You take a Uber, will he try to like Uber himself? Like, I want to see more of that, man. I just love the premise of It Follows so much. I'm really disappointed There hasn't been another sequel for it. Oh man, if It Follows came out when I was making videos, I would make a shit ton of videos about It Follows because I could theorize about It Follows all day. Like, does it work for blowjobs? I know if you just sleep with somebody, but if you blew somebody, does she go after that? Or it's like a different one goes after blowjobs, like blowjob It Follows. Or they could just help up the game like They Follow. There's a whole bunch of people following everybody around, or one follows you but a different person follows you if you pass on to somebody else. Like, It Follows could have just done so much things, man. If it was up to me, I could have made 8 It Follows movies. I'd just give them so many ideas. Like, all right, it followed you to Europe. Like, motherfucker, that thing got on a fucking plane, walked onto a boat and knew exactly where I was. Ro gets her powers from Captain Marvel. Really? How's that happen? I thought mutants are born with it, Alex. Yeah, but New Mutants are fucked that up because New Mutants is supposed to be like, oh, puberty's when you find out your mutant power. Like, that's bullshit because in X Men First Class, Mystique's a little child. And Professor Xavier said, like, oh, I heard voices in my head and I didn't figure it out till that I was schizophrenic for a long time. Like, it's just so much cooler that you get your powers as a kid rather than later. So I don't know. Or maybe she loses her powers. Or she gets the powers from Captain Marvel. That's what you're saying. Oh, I thought you meant sort of like Rogue just met her and then got her powers. Well, because Captain Marvel is just a Superman, basically. It's the Marvel version of Superman. Oh, the score to It Follows, man. That's one of the best scores. Do 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 do. It's very John Carpenter like. I really hope to hear those people do scores for everything. Or John Carpenter did all the work on Halloween 2018. That was really dope. I love that. So the best scores in the last couple of years was probably It Follows, Halloween 2018. Let's see what else is a good score. There's so many good scores. Exorcist has a great score. Sometimes a good horror movie makes or breaks over a score because you use that score like every horror movie. The theme was cool too, and they finally, like in the theme remake, they finally put the score in at the end. That bum 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 bum, and you're like, oh, I'm super hyped for this now, but it sucks that it's the end of the movie. Why didn't you guys start with it? Like, the ending should have been the beginning. Yeah, the score is creepy as fuck. That I just love everything about It Follows. Mikey Monroe, she does a lot of other horror movies and everything, and she's great. I just love the premise, and it's like it follows you after you sleep with somebody. Oh, it's just great. And the guy was trying so hard to pass it on with her. I don't even know, man. It sucks. And he's like, "Yeah, you're a girl. You could pass it on," and that's true. You if it's a girl, it's very easy to pass it on because it's harder for guys to get laid than girls to give it up. Girls surrender, guys gotta chase, right? Man of Steel 2 in 2022. Is that what they're doing? I like Batman versus Superman. Only the last hour though. Once it started getting good, that's the whole point to watch that movie. The first 2 hours of that Ultimate Edition, I don't know. I can't watch it. I just pick it up in like hour and a half in and like it. I love to hear the people who did the If Fall scores do a Halloween score and bring back out from Halloween 4, 5, 6. That'd be so creepy and awesome to hear. Yeah, right. But John Carpenter's doing all the stuff for Halloween. So I don't know. I love it. I listen to the Halloween soundtrack too. Like if you're passing out candy or something, or it's like a Halloween sort of mood, you could just put that soundtrack on. But same thing with It Follows. Like It Follows just has a creepy score, dude, and it's very memorable. So I would say probably best soundtracks of any horror movie have to be Return of the Living Dead. But best score probably got to be like Halloween or It Follows. It's like all the way top 3 scores of all time. Yeah. And being I got to go to the Nightmare on Elm Street house again. The Nightmare on Elm Street house and the Tommy Doyle house is only about a block away from each other in Hollywood. I remember always going to Sunset and never knowing how close it was. Like it's literally down the street from this like record store that has all this like cool stuff at it. Like I actually got a Nightmare on Elm Street poster and then went to the Nightmare on Elm Street house right afterwards. And you can and other people have videos on it too where they have their phone and they just live streamed it the drive to the Nightmare on Elm Street house to the Tommy Doyle house and seems like it's only about a minute, but the real Halloween house is in Pasadena. I heard they moved it or something. Hereditary was an awesome film. I hope Halloween Kills as creepy as Hereditary. Creepier. Or what about Midsummer? Midsummer was pretty creepy too. But Hereditary was a more all out like family horror movie, exorcism sort of thing. See, Nancy's calling Johnny Depp's house and he's not picking up. Cause back in the day, you could take the phone off the hook. Isn't that crazy? Kids don't even know that shit anymore. Be like, oh, I'll just call his cell phone. And then Freddie calls on the phone because so is she asleep now? So you can even say like most of this is all a dream. Because how's Freddie jumping into the real world so often, like calling on the phone and everything? So he could jump in the real world sometimes. Oh, Don't Breathe and Lights Out oh yeah, Don't Breathe is so good. They're making Don't Breathe too. Like, did she get pregnant? I'm gonna make a couple of theory videos about that. Like, dude, once we get a trailer, I'm gonna theorize the shit out of it. It's gonna be like Halloween Kill. As soon as I get more like footage, it's cool to fuck around with, and I can like theorize about some shit. Like, did she get pregnant? Did she get an abortion? Because he had that turkey baster full of cum, and he got the tip in, but then he got hit in the head. So right, that's all you need is a little right. All you need is a little squirt to get someone pregnant, and that's probably and it was a whole turkey baster, dude. That's a large cream pie. So did he? I don't know. Oh, and A Quiet Place too. Yeah, man. And then we haven't gotten no news. That Quiet Place 2 was supposed to happen right before fucking COVID came out. Like COVID happened and then the whole world stopped. I think it was supposed to come out like March 18th and then like the NBA and everything shut down like March 12th, and it's like, dude, we barely missed out on A Quiet Place 2. And I haven't had any news about it. Like I don't think they released a new date or anything. Like I said, dude, October's coming up. Hopefully they just surprise drop it like an album. Oh my god, I love this kill. Glenn, no. The bed ate him. Oh, I love it. Yeah, if you watch the kill count tomorrow, because I'm not trying to just like count the kills, I'm trying to do like theories along with it. But I think if I name it kill count, it helps with the SEO search and everything. But I want to go over the kills because I got all the footage, but also like what happened to Glenn's body. Like right now, dude, like you got to sell that house. Oh, you get all the blood on the ceiling. That's not good. You'll never get that out, dude. If you have a cat pee on your bed. You smell that for like a year. Or you got to throw away your mattress. It stinks your room up too. No, you got to sell that house. And basically, the Johnny Depp house is across the street from the Nightmare on Elm Street house, but they did like some renovations and everything. Like you could tell it's sort of still similar, but it's right off of Sunset. You could see Sunset from where the house is. I guess super close. Yeah, but the Conjuring thing should be good, but I'm not holding my breath on it because James Wan isn't directing it. Like, man, it sucks, man. We lost one. He did a Fast and Furious movie, then he did Aquaman. Now he's doing Aquaman 2. The guy's like, hey, I'm done making horror movies. I'm trying to get paid. So I'm gonna do. I don't know. He's gonna branch out and do different things, but I think that's most horror directors. They want to branch out and do other stuff, but I don't know. Someone like John Carpenter, he branched out a couple of times, like made uh the Kurt Russell one, whatever the fuck it is, Big Trouble in Little China, something, and They Live, and he tried to do other stuff, and so Wes Craven, somewhat, but still sort of stick with horror. Is Insidious 5 being made? Yeah, because Insidious 1, 2, 3, they're supposed to be in order, right? That's the trilogy, but the Insidious Chapter 4 is supposed to be a prequel, right? And it's supposed to end where the first movie starts. And then I don't know, man, but Insidiouses are good. And James Wan's probably not, and he didn't do the last Insidious as well. Like James Wan is just, he's probably one of the best horror directors in the last like 10, 15 years. But now he made sort of different movies. Now it's probably Ari Aster from Hereditary, Midsommar. And I hope we don't lose him either. And he starts making like family dramas or something like that. Like the It Follows guy. He made It Follows, then he made some weird mystery movie afterwards. And you're like, ah, dude, he's just stuck with the horror. Like, it's if you make a good horror movie as a director, I want to follow it up with another horror movie. Actors can go like, oh man, you did an action movie, you did a horror movie. You can switch back and forth. But I think if you do well at horror, you should stick with horror for at least a bit. Maybe after a while, then yeah, well, I guess James Wan did Saw, and then after a while he did Aquaman and stuff. So I guess horror movie. Am I saying horror or whore? Horror or? Oh, horror. Or I say horror a lot. I go horror. Horror movies are porno movies, pretty much. Yeah. Oh well. Or sorry, Alex. Shit. I always say that like ask. I say axe. It's just I don't know. But I go whore. Or shit. Yeah, well, whatever. So even the corners can't handle Johnny Depp. So the bed blendered that kid's body. Crazy. You never heard you say X? Yeah, I think you have, Alex. Maybe I say, hey man, can I ask you something? And I didn't say ask. Or Christina told me I've said ask. I don't know, man. I say dumb stuff and I don't even know I'm saying it. But I've heard I say axe. Would you like to see direct a Halloween film and see a Halloween film in the near future? Yes. Anyone. Or who would you like to see? Damn, that's good. Quentin Tarantino, of course. I want him to make a horror movie, even though he did Death Proof. Death Proof is probably the closest horror movie he did. But he also made Dust Till Dawn, but he acted in that one. Robert Rodriguez, he made The Faculty. I would like to see him do another one. but to direct a Halloween film, not because Rob Zombie's too like white trash, murder, blah, blah, shaky cam, not knowing what's going on. I think Ari Aster would really kill it directing a Halloween film. That'd be really cool. It would be really cool if John Carpenter actually made another movie. So, and that's his baby, you know. So far, I like the director now, David Gordon Green or something like that, right? Like he signed on to make all three of them, so that's cool. So I don't know. I always wanted Tarantino to make a horror movie. Any of the big directors make a horror movie, I'm sort of there for. Christopher Nolan would make a good horror movie. What is some big director? I don't know. Those are just the first off the top of my head. That's a really good question. Where's that Freddy house? It's off of Sunset Oaks. We gotta go sometime. Like next time we're in Hollywood or something like that, we'll go by there. It's by that record store. What's the record store off of Sunset? Shit. It's like literally down the street from that one. It's like when you're going down the strip, but you know stuff starts to slow down. There's not like everything there, and the traffic slows down a bit. That's when you get one of the side streets where the Amoeba Records is down the street from Amoeba Records. And so fucking check out the Halloween house and then actually go to the Tommy Doyle house. Like everyone recognizes the Halloween house because it sort of has that same look. And the Nightmare on Elm Street house still has the red door to it too. Like they kept it up and it's still like white. It's so it looks just very neat and cool and they didn't change it and I love it. So yeah, we gotta check that out sometime. Yeah, the Dead remake is really good. I'm surprised they never made a sequel to it. But then they did Evil Ash versus Evil Dead, so that was cool. But they didn't do the Evil Dead 2. But that Freddy Alvarez can make a Halloween movie too, man, because he did Evil Dead and then he did Don't Breathe and what else did he did? Oh, he did one of the girls with the dragon tattoo movies or something, but he needs to do horror again. Like it was very disappointing when he did that and it wasn't a horror movie. The razor tongue scene was badass. Yeah, of course, man. I knew a girl like that with split tongues. It's crazy. Yeah, that movie had crazy good gore. They turned down all the comedic elements to it. And just the raining blood, Slayer and everything near the end, and they pulled like a switch, and it was the girl was on heroin, and so she was on drugs, and nobody believed her. It was just super, super great. They took it. It's the one time they did a remake, made it super serious, and it really turned out really well because the gore was on point because the first Evil Dead, even though they considered it like a comedy, it was like pretty scary. They turned up the comedy in Evil Dead 2 and then Army of Darkness. They went real comedic with it. But Evil Dead 1 is pretty legit. So that's a good example of just the original being good and the remake being great. But I'll probably watch the remake over and over. I love the remake. What's your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie? First one, Alex. That's why I saw. I put it on in the background and have a kill count theory video coming out about it tomorrow. So here are all my thoughts on it. I have a couple of videos about it, just a commentary. I got all the footage to it, and part one is just so classic, man. You got Nancy and her friends getting killed off, and no one knew who Freddy was. and the bed ate somebody, and Tina got killed, so they thought Rob did it. It's just I love everything about it. My favorite thing is sort of like Freddy sort of, let me see how to put this. Freddy sort of covers his tracks, like he kills you, but he makes people think it's a suicide or whatnot. But with the bed eating Johnny Depp, what the fuck? Like, oh yeah, that bed ate him. That defaulty bed, that evil possessed bed or something. So Freddy could kill a lot of people. Then comes up to a point people go like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Right? People who are like the adults, like, what do the adults think? So it'd probably go one, Dream Warriors. Freddy's Revenge is very cool. I laughed my ass off at Freddy's Revenge because I didn't know it was gay till later on when I was an adult. I didn't like it at first, but then after I heard that, I went, "What?" And watched all the gay references and I giggled my ass off watching Nightmare 2. So I have a fun time watching Nightmare 2 now, but Nightmare 1, 2, and 3, that's like the perfect trilogy right there. That's a good triple feature when you get time to do it. Hush is kind of like a Halloween in a way. Yeah, Hush is very good too. That director's still making a lot of good stuff. The director is married to the girl. And he also did Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, right? So he contributes a lot to the horror. So yeah, Hush is very good, right? You're talking about that Hush, the Hush with the deaf girl. It was on Netflix for the longest time too. Oh, this is great. So now it's finally Nancy's battling Freddy Krueger in that dream. So you got to really pinpoint when did the last dream sequence start? Because basically the whole last 45 minutes of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the whole thing could have been a dream. Oh, it's still on Netflix? Yeah, that's a good watch. Because I think that directors, yeah, he made The Haunting of Hill House. Like they always do that sort of shit. Like if you're putting something out on Netflix, they put movies associated with it because you watch that and then you go, oh yeah, that guy made Hush too. Let me check that out. So they put a lot of people's like filmographies on there. Like right now they did Miss the Ratchet, Sarah Paulson's Miss Ratchet from One Flew with a Cuckoo's Nest. So they have Cuckoo's Nest on there too. Oh, you didn't like the Evil Dead remake, Ashy Slashy? You should like all of it. Or you like the sillier Ashy Williams. I hated the Evil Dead remake. The way everybody responded was dumb as fuck. Yeah, I guess you could say, but she was supposed to be on drugs. So I get it why nobody believed her. And it's pretty ridiculous. And it's sort of like when people turn into zombies, you go, yeah, I'd kill them, but you go, oh man, I hope we can find a cure, or I don't want to kill you, but I'll have to. That's the conundrum with the like Evil Dead. Like, there's no helping someone who's possessed in Evil Dead. You just got to kill them or cut their head off or anything. They're sort of doomed. They're cursed. You can't do anything about it. If I was Halloween Kills, I'd have him kill me like how Glenn died in The Walking Dead. Oh yeah, hit him with the bat. Yeah, that was the way he died in the comic book too. But I don't think they killed Abraham that way too. I don't know. I didn't read the comics. I breezed past them, but yeah. I thought Glenn was supposed to be alive for a while. That's why it was supposed to be more shocking. But I don't know, man. I stopped watching Walking Dead probably. I sort of stopped right before that season, and then I watched that. But man, they just battled that whole Negan theme ever. I like it like, like The Sopranos. The Sopranos had a villain and it went the whole season. And by the end of that season, that villain died. So, like resets by the next time you see him, like a new enemy pops up and everything. That's how they should do it. It's like Negan's still around. Is he a good guy or bad guy? Or the governor was really cool too. Yeah, of course the gore was good. There's a lot of good gore on Walking Dead as well, man. That's surprising for a TV show, but it's cable. And they get away with it because it's ratings. So if you get ratings, you could do anything. Or they'll deal with it like, okay, we get a FCC fine or whatever. Like, dude, we'll pay for it because we get enough of this ad revenue. Like Walking Dead's pretty much the only thing that's like worth watching that still has like commercials on it. Like they can go there on Walking Dead. They don't go with boobs or sort of weird. They don't go a lot of F words. That's why I think like Netflix and HBO and Stars and all this stuff. That's why Ash versus Evil Dead on Stars was so cool. Like they could really up the gore on everything. Like if that was on Fox or something, it would be totally turned down. And yeah, they just did it well. I love that show too. David Sadaberg. I never heard of him. Sandberg. Hmm. I don't know. I gotta Google that dude. What did he do, Byron? See, and right here, that's where the mom died because I have a theory. I'll just tell you right now. I have a theory. I'll put it in the video too. But it's something like the mom didn't die at the end. Well, Freddy pulled her through the window because he could have killed her in that dream because Nancy could go and bring people in their dream. They didn't do that till Nightmare on Elm Street 3 when Kristen could bring people into her dream. It's sort of like a mutant powers. I guess some people have that dream power. They could jump in the other people's dreams and shit. But, you know, I always wonder like, well, maybe Nancy had that. That's how she was able to get the mom. And maybe that's why he kept Nancy around because he was able to jump off and get other people through her. It's sort of like how Facebook started off, right? Like you had to be invited to Facebook to be on Facebook when it was still on colleges. Maybe that's how Freddy Krueger works. Like, hey, someone's got to tell you about Freddy Krueger, and then you're invited to get inside Freddy Krueger, and then it just like that's how it spreads. Because it's based on fear, right? Since they made that clear in Freddy versus Jason. Oh, Last of Us HBO, yeah. That's such an awesome game, man. Last of Us part 2, it was so good. I went back and beat Last of Us Part 1 as well. Even had to kill count about that. I was like, fuck it. There's nothing new out. And, this is out and it's a video game. It's very topical. And I guess the watch time did okay. But I don't know. I like doing little small videos like that from time to time. Mostly a horror movie channel, but that's like horror video games. It's adjacent, right? Oh, he did Lights Out? Oh. What else did he do? Has he made another horror movie since? Because that was years ago. I love the premise of Lights Out too, man. Like yeah, it was great and shot really well. Or some directors could do that, but then they lack stuff like characters and humor and plot. But you really got to mix it all like a good balance of all that stuff together. That's why they give a lot of positions to like music video directors, but they might be good visually, but or hold your attention for like 3 minutes, but movies are so different. All right, so it's the very end where Johnny Depp came in his car. It's a Freddy Krueger car. So you go, what? Did Nancy die right here? They could have done that. I think that was mostly like the original plan. Like, all right, Freddy sort of got you all. Or this could be like part of the mom's dream and she dies there. Or everyone complains about how the mom got sucked into the door at the end. It sort of doesn't make sense, and it's a cheesy effect. Like they could totally do the George Lucas Star Wars thing to that one, just sort of redo it. Just have her a special edition, put it in theaters. We put a different ending where Freddy Krueger comes through the door and kills her or something. I'd be down for that. I'd be down to watch Nightmare on Elm Street in theaters. Yeah, Don't Breathe sequels. I don't know if they filmed it or who knows what's going on nowadays because of COVID. But yeah, that's the movie. I didn't really even talk about it much. It just answering questions. You guys are so great. I love to see the people who made Ready or Not make. But dude, the people who made Ready or Not are doing Scream 5, so they're already on the ball with that. It's already I think they're going to do like safe production. Like Batman's doing production right now, or actually that Robert Pattinson caught COVID. So I don't know. Maybe if they do very small scale, they can get to making some of these movies again. But Scream 5 is supposed to be the beginning of 2022. So, but the Michael Myers films, at least the next two of them, is supposed to be that David Gordon Green guy. And he's great too. Or if you ever saw that Danny McBride show, Righteous Gemstones on HBO. He directed a couple of those episodes. It's just great. I love his humor and I don't know, it's great. And people even complained about Halloween 2018 had a bit of humor in it, but that's what made it really click. That's what slasher movies are, dude. Slasher movies are just comedies with gore in them. Like Halloween 2018 was supposed to be scary as fuck, but it was supposed to have a couple of jump scares and a couple of cool visuals, but the jokes are supposed to be there. Yeah. Anybody making a Michael. I was surprised Rob Zombie got two of them. And he was still sort of new to it. I just recently got to watch Evil Dead 1 in drive. No way. Yeah, my drive-in close to here has I think they had Evil Dead and Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the same bill. Like every other Thursday they have a throwback. Dude, drive-ins need to fucking make a comeback. It's been 6 months movie theaters. You got to figure out how to keep alive in your business. Like you got the projectors and shit. I'm even surprised, dude. If movie theaters came back tomorrow, what are they gonna do? Call everybody they laid off for 6 months? You know, like I don't know, man. Figure it out. Figure out how to put a projector against a wall and have outside seats with boxes or cars or more drive-ins, dude. Because it seems like it's been 6 months, dude, and it's not like they made a vaccine right away, and we're still months off from that. So to survive in any sort of entertainment business, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, if you cut hair, you gotta cut hair outside. I'm pissed off that gyms aren't open. Like some gyms want you to work outside. Like, dude, pull pallets outside of equipment or something, dude. Something. But yeah, definitely seeing that in the drive-in's cool. Because now what my drive-in does, they'll play a new movie and then an old movie. Like they had New Mutants on, but they had Deadpool on afterwards. So it's sort of like cool if you stick around. You go, okay, I guess I'll watch Deadpool for a bit and drive off until you fish a couple of White Claws. After Halloween ends, who's going to have the rights to it? I think that producer still has the rights to Halloween ends, that Muhammad Akkad, so he could do whatever, but I want everything to Halloween, man. They could do Halloween, the books, the comic books, fucking video game. I'm down for all that. Album, I don't know, not TV show. They're on the movie track. Nightmare on Elm Street should do a TV show. I'd be so down for that. I remember I saw like someone made like a fan trailer and teased it that it was coming to Netflix, and I got an instant boner for that. But you know, then I found out it was just clips from New Mutants and movies I didn't see. So Womp womp, you got me. I even liked it up. Like I even liked that video because it's like you fooled me, but I wish it was real. Deadpool 3, I don't think that could happen. I mean, it could. Marvel, if Fox owns it and Disney bought Fox, but Disney doesn't really do radar movies. But, you know, like Disney Plus owns all the Predators and Aliens now and all that shit. Like, put that on Disney Plus or Hulu or whatever the fuck, man. But I don't know. Or they would do the Deadpool 3, but PG-13, right? Or Deadpool doesn't really fit into the other universes. Like Deadpool's its own thing. It's sort of a parody of the other movies. Yeah, Nightmare, not because Wes Craven died, right? And now, after Wes Craven died, they were actually taking bids from people who wanted to do Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. So I guess they set up a thing, or they took like a lot of Hollywood people, like submit proposals or bullshit like that. I always hear fan film people go, "Oh, I want the rights to that." Like, I don't know, man. Make your own thing. Make it follows, and then you do good at that, and it picks up some steam. And then if you want to fuck with something like Nightmare on Elm Street, that's what you can do. Just don't think that'll be your first movie out the gate. Like, make up something else then. That's what Wes Craven did. But I'm all about the series going on, but I don't think it should be a fan film guy. It should be like the It Follows guy could do Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that. Somebody who's already done like an original horror movie and original horror movie concept and already had some success with it. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street on Netflix. That'd be cool. Or a video game. I'm cool. I'm down with anything, man. It's just been what the last Nightmare on Elm Street theme was over 10 years ago, but Wes Craven's dead now. But he only directed two of those movies and he wrote part three, so he was sort of hands off on the whole series anyway. Like Wes Craven and Scream, that was his baby. Like he directed every one of those movies. So this will be the first one he didn't, but he did that with other series of his. Do you buy merchandise from Fright Rag? No, I don't get a lot of stuff, but I would if it's something cool. I think I got like a Freddy Krueger lunchbox, some little stuff you pick up at like horror movie. I'm more visual. Like I see it right there. I go, yes, I want it now. Hey Samuel, how you doing? Yeah, so Nightmare on Elm Street, kill count theories coming at you. Yeah, so I started playing the movie at the beginning of the stream, but the movie already ended. But I got the bundle, so I'm sort of watching it and editing together a video about it, and I want to try to do a whole series about Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll do a video about part one, part two, part three, part four, part five. I never did anything like that on the channel, and maybe that's what this channel needs for October. Because I have all the kill footage for Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, so I'm thinking about doing all those consecutively. Because, dude, October needs some more horror movies, man. COVID took everything from us. The Invisible Man 2020 was real. Yeah, it was just on HBO on Saturday night, too. Like, that was one of the movies that was still in theaters when COVID happened. Now it's actually still on cable, so you're like, damn. And hopefully they make Invisible Man, too. I got theories about that. It should be Invisible Woman. Or that guy faked his death before, so he could have faked his death a second time, So I don't know. And that guy's a good director too. I wouldn't mind him doing other stuff too, but or turn up the scares in it in the next movie. Halloween Night Dance is a comic book, but it should have been an actual film. Yeah, I'm down for it. So there's some really good comic books out there that should have been turned into horror movies already too. Like it was Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. That was a very cool comic, very cool idea. Well, I also heard it was gonna be Freddy versus Jason, but the end it was supposed to be Pinhead drags both of them down to hell. That was sort of like the end of Jason Goes to Hell when Freddy took the max down. So you're introduced somebody at the very end. But Pinhead, I don't know, man. He just sort of throws chains at you and shit. Like he's such a bummer. At least Freddy, like, all right, I don't gotta go to sleep. And Jason, I can get on a plane and get the fuck out of here. But shit, Pinhead seems like you're marked and you can't do anything. You could just reason or deal with him. But besides that, yeah, don't cross that dude. Yeah, so the plan is Nightmare on Elm Street 2, kill 1, kill count theory be tomorrow. Then do Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and some theories like was it gay? Yes, it was. Joke around, have a good time with that. Dream Warriors and such. Because everything's getting ramped up, man. I hope October is a really good month for me because it used to be this time last year, man. It was crazy because so many horror movies were out. I could still speculate about Halloween, or it'd be nice to get all the kills for Halloween and do that. But got a lot of big stuff. I hope October is a real good month. Yeah, yep. So Nightmare on Elm Street, love it. And this, yeah, was this a orgy or something? I think I'm gonna leave off at this. So thanks for everybody for coming by. What horror movie would you love to direct or write? Oh man, so I like I said, It Follows. I got 10 ideas for It Follows. Hey, let's go to Europe. Hey, what happens if you blow somebody? Does the thing follow you if you do this? What about lesbians? If you're a lesbian, how do you pass on that It Follows ghost? There's so like I was thinking so much crazy shit just watching It Follows that I each one could be a movie unto its own. Like, hey man, It Follows, and I'll try to bring all shove that all into one movie, or hopefully, I don't know. I just love the It Follows premise so much. All right, take it easy, Alex. Hopefully, see you again soon. I remember you were streaming your band and everything, but it couldn't have been a good reception or something. I thought it cut out or something, but hey, thanks for dropping by this whole time. And this was fun, man. I would do this again. I remember streaming like a video game, but you got to play the video game and you don't really have time to look down and respond. Maybe I'll do that again with Friday the 13th, but this was a lot of fun. So thanks everybody. Make sure you get that bell on. Nightmare on Elm Street should be dropping soon. I would like to pump everything up for October because I'm watching a movie and then doing a thing, but I could just do the whole series of Nightmare on Elm Street. I know those movies like the back of my hand or whatever. I know what they say before they say it. So look forward to that, and thanks for dropping by. Catch you dudes later. Later, dudes.